When we mention red, blue, and purple teams, it's not just some fancy gaming lingo or old-school military jargon. Nope, these teams are the real deal in cybersecurity, tasked with guarding businesses against those sneaky cyber threats that aim to disrupt our day-to-day, spill the beans on private info, or steal those precious trade secrets. Hey, Dan here. Today, I'll break down what sets these teams apart, walk you through some of the drills they run to keep their skills sharp, and show you how their hard work pays off for organizations. Plus, at the end of the video, I'll touch on how these teams sync up to form an unbeatable defense against cyber nasties. I'm talking about the purple team. Let's get into how all these pieces fit together to protect the digital fort. The history of blue and red teams. The tale of red and blue teams didn't start in the digital world, but has its roots deep in military strategy. Imagine military exercises where teams are divided into red for the attackers and blue for the defenders, simulating battlefield scenarios without the actual risk. This was their way of playing war games, where the red team's mission was to think like the enemy, probing for weaknesses and testing the blue team's mettle to defend the home turf. Fast forward to the digital age, and this concept was brilliantly adapted to cybersecurity. The red team, much like their military counterparts, took on the role of the aggressors, employing all sorts of cyber tactics to breach defenses. They're the masterminds simulating cyber attacks, ensuring that if there's a way in, they find it before hackers do. The blue team, on the other hand, took inspiration from their namesake's defensive stance. Their digital fortress is ever prepared, analyzing the red team's maneuvers, learning from them, and fortifying their defenses against real-world cyber threats. They're the unsung heroes constantly on guard, ensuring the safety and security of their cyber realm. And then, blending the best of both worlds, the purple team emerged. Think of it as the ultimate alliance, where the offensive ingenuity of the red team and the defensive resilience of the blue team come together. This synergy isn't just about sharing notes, it's a whole new level of collaboration, enhancing the organization's cybersecurity posture through continuous feedback and improvement. What is a red team? Imagine a group of top-notch security pros, but with a twist. They're on a mission to break through cyber defenses, kind of like playing the role of friendly adversaries. These folks are the ethical hackers, the good guys who think and act like the bad guys to help us stay a step ahead. They dive deep, using every trick in the book to spot any chinks in the armor, be it in the people, the processes, or the tech itself. Their goal? To sneak in without an invite, uncovering any weak spots that real attackers could exploit. After these red teamers do their thing, mimicking cyber attacks in a controlled way, they don't just pat themselves on the back and call it a day. Nope, they roll up their sleeves and come up with a game plan, offering up wisdom on how to beef up security. It's all about making sure the organization is as tough as nails against any real threats that come knocking. Hey, if you found this dive into the world of cybersecurity teams insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Your engagement helps us keep the conversation going and share even more about the fascinating world of cybersecurity. What is a blue team? Picture this team as the ultimate guardians of their digital domain. They've got an eagle-eye view on everything that matters within the organization, laser-focused on safeguarding all those vital assets from any and all threats. Think of them as the architects behind the fortress, constantly beefing up the defenses to ensure not a single bad actor can breach the walls. Now, how do these cyber guardians operate? It all starts with a deep dive into the data, pinpointing exactly what treasures they need to protect and assessing the potential risks. They're all about locking things down tight. Think stronger passwords that would give a hacker a headache and training the crew to spot a scam a mile away. They've also got their tech tools on deck, monitoring the digital comings and goings to sniff out anything fishy. Regular health checks on the system are part of the routine too, from making sure the digital name tags are in order to scanning for vulnerabilities and keeping an eye on network traffic. The blue team has a whole arsenal at their disposal to keep the bad guys at bay. Depending on what they're up against, they might beef up the firewall or decide it's time for a full-on security drill to make sure everyone's up to speed. They're doing it all, from double-checking that the digital doors are locked tight to deploying the latest in intrusion detection, from keeping an eye on the logs to segregating the network to keep potential threats in check. Regular scans for vulnerabilities? Check. Antivirus and anti-malware defenses up to date? Double check. It's all in a day's work for the blue team, making sure the organization's digital space is as safe as houses.
Just like a movie, just like a storybook, we are the future, we're the ones they won't overlook. It's time to be the hero, rising
What happens when you mix red and blue? You get a purple team, and let me tell you, it's like getting the best of both worlds in cybersecurity. Now, while red and blue teams are playing on the same side, they're not always singing from the same hymn sheet. Red teams, with their knack for uncovering vulnerabilities, often bask in the glory of their discoveries, which doesn't naturally push them to share the secret sauce on how they breach defenses with the blue team. And let's be real, if the red team keeps their tricks under wraps, the blue team misses out on vital learning opportunities. The whole point of these exercises is to beef up the organization's security, not just rack up points. Enter the purple team. This isn't about forming a new squad with its own locker room. It's about creating a dynamic where red and blue teams are actively sharing notes, learning from each other, and improving the security playbook together. It's like having an internal feedback loop that's constantly spinning, enriching both teams with fresh insights and perspectives. Management plays a key role here, ensuring that this isn't just a nice to have, but a fundamental part of how the teams operate. They're the ones making sure the dialogue is open, resources are shared, and everyone's in the loop. This collaboration is what drives the security of an organization forward, making sure it's always a few steps ahead of the threats. In the end, the purple team approach is all about leveraging collective knowledge to fortify defenses and keep the digital realm secure. In conclusion, at the heart of it all, communication is the key to making red and blue team exercises truly successful, and this is where the concept of the purple team really shines. It's crucial for the blue team to always be on the cutting edge, digging into the latest tech advancements in security, and then passing on these golden nuggets of knowledge to the red team. Similarly, the red team needs to keep their ears to the ground, staying sharp on the latest hacking strategies, and sharing this intel with the blue team to bolster defensive tactics. By merging the strengths of both teams into a unified purple team approach, the organization sets the stage for an unbeatable security force. It's all about teamwork, sharing insights, and working hand in glove to devise and deploy security measures that are not just reactive, but proactive. Thank you for embarking on this incredible journey with me. If today's adventure has sparked your interest to dive deeper into securing, hacking, and innovating within the cybersecurity and ethical hacking universe, don't forget to show your support by smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and ringing that notification bell to stay on the cutting edge. Remember, our journey is a shared one. Your questions, insights, or epiphanies are what make this community thrive. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm all ears and ready to engage. Until our paths cross again in the digital realm, keep hacking, keep learning, and see you in the next video.